All right, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I forgot the microphone again, so sorry to the YouTube world, but I gotta put this microphone on, otherwise the other live stream is not gonna hear.
Oh, Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook's not gonna hear. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillahi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in wa ba'd. All right, so Hadith number 30 was a very short hadith. Go ahead.
عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال من غدا إلى المسجد أو راح أعد الله له في الجنة نزلا كلما غدا أو راح متفق عليه.
Yusuf. Mujahid. Nobody. Safe. I'm telling you, Safe has gotten lazy. I gotta get on Safe, man. Allahu musta'an. All right, so he said, "Man ghada." Ghada means what?
Like who? Like doesn't mean like yibakir.
Yeah, they leave out in the early part of the day. Awraha, what?
Oh, when he comes back at night.
Or it leaves out. No, I mean to go back or to leave out in the last part of the day. All right. أعد الله له في الجنة نزلا. Nuzalan what?
Like prepared things for him in Jannah.
رزقا وضيافة. رزقا وضيافة. All right. All right, so hadith number 31, branches of Eman. All right, so this is not something, this is a hadith that we just took not too long ago in the Mukhtasar of Sahih Bukhari. So, but this is going to be a different narration. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال الإيمان بدع وسبعون أو بدع أو وستون شعبة فأفضلها قول لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله وأدناها إماطة الأذى عن الطريق والحياة شعبة من الإيمان متفق عليه. All right, so Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, he reported that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Al-iman bid'un wa sab'un aw bid'un wa sittun." So this is a shak or doubt from one of the narrators of the hadith, whether or not Abu Hurairah said sab'un aw sittun. All right, so it's 70 plus, 70 plus or 60 plus shu'bah, branches. فأفضلها, and then another narration, فعلاها قول لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله. So the best of all of these branches of Iman is the statement of La ilaha illallah, and it's of course, as we talked about previously, من شهد بالحق وهم يعلمون, right? So the shahada bil-haq, and not just to say it. إلا من شهد بالحق. So it says, so the highest level of Iman is saying La ilaha illallah, but you have full belief of this in the heart, and you fulfilled all the conditions of La ilaha illallah, and you are fulfilling the lawazim, the requirements of La ilaha illallah. Staying away from all the things that are considered shirk, whether they are shirk al-akbar, al-asghar, al-khafi, staying away from all forms of shirk, and also trying your best to stay away from all forms of disobedience. So illallahu adanaha, and the lowest. So adana is what?
Doesn't mean asfal.
Yeah, it's the lowest. All right. So adanaha imatatu al-adha an tariq. So imatatu al-adha, it means to take up something that is causing harm for the people. Al-adha, anything that causes harm from the tariq, anything that can bring harm to a person. And we spoke about this. It can be literal, or it can be hissiyya or ma'nawiyya. So hissiyya and ma'nawiyya, it does not mean literal and metaphorical, as some people say. But hissiyya and ma'nawiyya, hissiyya, it means concrete and abstract. It can mean something that's concrete, like to literally pick something up from the street, like for example, a nail, a branch, something that will cause harm to a person, and to cause damage to the car, or cause damage, pieces of glass, thorns. Maybe it's a path that people walk on and there's a bunch of thorns, so you pick up the thorns so nobody steps on them. That's what? Al-Hissiyya. Al-Hissiyya, it means what? It's concrete. You can grab it. You can hold it in your hands. And then you have al-ma'nawiyya, which is what is abstract. It's something that you can't hold in your hands. Warning against bid'ah, warning against shirk, warning against kufr. And all of these things are removing obstructions and things from the pathway of the Muslim to get to Jannah. So this pathway, and this is the most important thing that we should do. And this comes with Amr bil Ma'ruf, it comes with Nahy anil Munkar, it comes with advising the people to good and forbidding the evil and warning the people against the evil. So this is one of the best forms of al-imatat al-ada and tariq, because here you're removing something that can cause the person harm in his deen and then end up going into Jahannam. So both of those are in the hadith. All right, so you could say imatat al-ada and tariq. It could be hissiya or ma'nawiyya, concrete, or something that is abstract. And of course, the abstract is what we need to really keep removing from the roads, because Allah musta'an, the people, they're not. There's a lot of people just throwing their garbage out in those roads. They don't throw their garbage out in these roads. The actual concrete road, but on the sirat, on the actual abstract, they're tossing all their garbage out into the streets. And then, shubahat and bid'ah and inhiraf and intikasat and all this foolishness that they're just tossing it out into the tariq. And then now, the people from Ahl Sunnah have to come in and just, become road cleaners and sweep up all the garbage.
What is an intikasat?
Intikasat is a rujur ila khalf.
Oh, okay.
So like al-intikasat, because they, like some people, they used to be on the deen, but then they, because of something that they've done from their sins, it caused them to like yantaqisun, intikas, and then they start to go backwards. But then when they go backwards, they try to justify the sins that they're doing, and then that's where all the shubahat come in, because instead of just accepting that they're not on the deen like they used to be, they try to justify their bad actions by trying to make their bad actions what? Part of the deen. So those are like the worst of all people. There's the people that just like they sin and they know they're doing sins and they know it's wrong, they know it's haram. They're way, way better than the person who tries to justify it. The person who tries to find a loophole, the person who tries to get a fatwa, to try to say, well, it's okay to have a girlfriend because Sheikh Fulan said what? No, I'm just, No, I'm saying you'll find all of this stuff, I'm pretty sure somewhere in America you're going to find somebody that's going to say, no, it's okay to have a girlfriend because we live in America and this is how the people get married here. They date first. I'm pretty sure you'll find this.
They say it's okay for riba.
Huh?
They say it's okay for riba.
Riba is way worse than zina. So, khalas. What do you want? So, Allah musta'an. So he said, قول لا إله إلا الله وأدناها إماطة الأذى عن الطريق والحياء. Al-haya is modesty, shyness. شعبة من الإيمان is one from the branches of Eman. So of course we talked about this before in Bukhari. Al-haya here is what?
Shyness.
Modesty and shyness.
Shyness that takes you away from sins.
Yes, but not shyness that takes you away from knowledge and speaking the truth. All right, and we see this from the hadith of Salama, I believe. The hadith is in Aisha, but she came to the Prophet ﷺ and she said to the Prophet, she said, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَسْتَحِي مِنَ الْحَقِّ فَهَلَ عَلَى الْمَرْأَةِ الْغُسْلِ إِذَا هِيَ احْتَلَمَتْ فَقَالَ نَعْمْ إِذَا رَأَتْ الْمَاءَ. And this hadith is in Bukhari and Muslim. So in another narration, Aisha, she mentioned about the Ansar of the Nisa, the women of the Ansar, that the shyness and modesty didn't keep them from trying to know the truth. Like they would go and they would ask, and then she brought this hadith of Salama when she went to the Prophet ﷺ and she said, "Inna Allah la yastahi min al-haqq." That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not shy from the haqq, from the truth. Is there a ghusl? Does a woman have to do purify herself with a shower if she has a dream, like a man, like the nocturnal emissions, those dreams where you nocturnal emissions, man. Just look it up on Google if you don't know. But So the Prophet ﷺ said, yes, if she sees, the water, yeah, all right.
Oh, okay, water. I see what you
Yeah, like just like the man, if he wakes up and he thinks that he has like one of those dreams, like he felt it, but then he wakes up and he looks around and he doesn't see any moisture or anything, and because obviously there's going to be remnants, there should be a lot of remnants, because obviously if you're having one of those dreams, that means that you have pent up aggression, for a long time, and your body has to release it. So that's one of the ways that it releases it naturally, so it doesn't yefset, it doesn't start to go, it doesn't, start to yefset, become like a, how do you say,
corrupt?
not corrupt like meat, like it doesn't like rot and then become,
Oh,
because
okay.
yeah, the body has to continue to make more. And if that's just it's sitting in the body, like, it's produced and then it's sent down to the area where it's sent down and it just sits there, then the body, it can cause you problems. So it has to be released. So then the body produces fresh, produces it fresh again. So if you've reached that level of obviously where you go to sleep and, this explosion happens during your sleep, then that means that you have a lot of pent up aggression that the body had to get rid of, to purify itself. So obviously there's going to be you're going to see some athar of what just happened. So if you get up and you see that your pants are dry, everything's dry, and what do? Nothing. There's no ghusl. The only time that there's a ghusl if you see what? The moisture, the wetness, or whatever it is, from the excretion or whatever. Yes. All right, so you understand. So the same thing for the woman. If she sees one of those dreams and she thinks that she's experienced that, but she wakes up and there's, nothing around, in that area, then khalas, and she doesn't have to take a ghusl because the Prophet ﷺ said, nah, إِذَا رَأَتِ الْمَاءَ. No. So she has to do the same thing as the man. But the shahid from the hadith is not the shahid here is in Allah la yastahi min al-haq. So there's no hayat when it comes to speaking the truth and learning the truth and learning what we have to do. Because if you shy away from the truth, then you end up maybe standing on something haram or something that's displeasing to Allah and you don't know because you were too shy to ask about it. And that's not acceptable. Any questions? All right. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك اشهد ان لا اله الا انت استغفرك واتوب اليك